All I do is rhyme. All I do is get this money. All I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys. All I do is shine. Show the world, ain't it funny? I'm one of a kind.
What is going on, guys? Upright Destiny here with another Destiny news video. Recently my computer completely died on me, wouldn't boot up Windows, but that's all sorted now, so hopefully with the new Warmind expansion coming out, we can get back to the videos and back on the grind. So in this video today I'm going to be talking about the Warmind expansion, escalation protocol, new armor, new weapons, all the new information that we have got from the Bungie stream that came out, and all the other things like that. I'm just going to be playing a bit of Crucible in the background as per usual. Let's get into the video. So as most of you probably know, Destiny Expansion 2 Warmind is coming out on May 8th, bringing things like a whole new area known as Hellas Basin on the ice caps of Mars. It's bringing new legendary weapons, legendary armor, returning exotics from Destiny 1, and also new exotics. So guys, before we talk about all of the new things happening in the expansion, such as the new areas and all things like that, we are going to be talking about the exotics that are coming with the expansion. We're going to be talking about the returning exotics, especially the armors firstly. So the first exotic that we're going to be talking about is the Warlock Helmet Apotheos Veil. It looks pretty cool. I didn't really see anybody using it in Destiny 1. The perk in Destiny 1 was immediately regen health, melee and grenade energy with your super. They do keep this perk. It's going to be used even less in Destiny 2, as it's harder to get your super in Destiny 2 than it was in Destiny 1. So overall it looks like a cool exotic, not used too much, so hopefully they will be changing the perk when they do bring this back on May 8th. The next exotic we're going to be looking at is another Warlock exotic. They are gauntlets, the claws of Umkahara, or however you say that. In Destiny 1 these added a melee charge, and as we all know, the melee charge in Destiny 1 for the Warlocks was definitely broken. Due to the fact these exotics added a melee charge for your Warlock, they were used quite a lot. Now I do think they are pretty cool looking exotic. Most people used them mainly for the perk, not so much for the look. But if you look at the skill icon on the new claws Umkahara, we can see that it doesn't resemble what it used to. It sort of looks like a new gliding Warlock glide in some form. Maybe it buffs that. So on May 8th we will be finding out what that means. Next up guys, we have a Titan exotic. You'll know this, the Eternal Warrior. In my point of view, no one really used this exotic. I can't really blame them. I know I didn't. I might have used it 1 or 2 times when it first come out to see how it looked on my character. Most people don't like the way it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a unique design. Not many exotics have a look like this, but for the perk and things like that, people didn't really use this exotic from what I saw anyway. As you know, the perk was it gains unstoppable for your Fist of Havoc, which is okay. Overall, this wasn't the best Titan helmet exotic that you could use. There were better helmets for the Titan that you could use. That's why people mainly didn't use this helmet. Hopefully that when this comes out on May 8th in the Warmind expansion, we'll be expecting a complete change of perks and everything in this exotic. Hopefully they will turn this exotic into something quite cool that people will want to use, as it's quite a cool looking helmet. It's just the perk didn't really appeal to anyone, so hopefully there'll be a big change in that. The next one we have guys is one of my favourite exotics. It is the Armamentarium, the chest piece for the Titan. As you know, it gained a additional grenade on any super, on any subclass that you used. Extremely helpful in PvP. That's where most people, or most, I saw this chest piece. Most I used this chest piece, as I was a Titan in Destiny 1. I think that when they bring this back in the Warmind expansion, they will be definitely keeping the perk. So hopefully that exotic returns as it is, maybe with a little bit of a nerf, maybe a cooldown, but hopefully this exotic will be staying the same. The next one we have, guys, are Hunter Gauntlets, the sealed Amkara grips. The perk for this in Destiny 1 was that you gain an additional melee, and it also has a chance to instantly reload your primary weapon. All masterwork, yes. So I guess in that exotic you get sort of 2 bonuses in that one perk, which is pretty cool. I do think they'll be keeping this the same. It's a pretty mediocre exotic. It's not over the top powerful, but I think it's good enough to still be an exotic. The next one we have, guys, is the Hunter boots, the Frost EE5s. I know most people are going to be pretty mad at this, that they didn't bring back the bones of EO, and I know that because that gained an additional jump for the Hunter, and this exotic, the Frost EE5s, weren't really used. Their perk in Destiny 1 was tighter turn radius when sprinting, so they could have brung back the Bones of EO, which gave hunters an additional jump, which would have been pretty cool, but instead they chose the Frost EE5s, which is making me think that they might be changing the perk on this, so hopefully hunters use them quite a bit more often. Now, guys, that is all the returning exotics that we have that are coming back from Destiny 1. We do have some new exotics that we have not seen before, starting off with the Worm Husk Crown. As you guys know, we don't know any of the perks for these new exotics. We can see the images, but obviously we can't go off the basis of them, as we don't know any of the perks or really any information, just what they look like. So starting off with the Hunter Helmet, Worm Husk Crown. We strive to know infinity and sharpen our minds on the whetstones of the impossible. So I couldn't really guess on what this is going to be. It looks pretty cool. I like the way it looks, but we will have to find out on May 8th what the perk is going to be for this. Next, we also have a Hunter exotic. This is going to be the chest piece Ophidia Spath. I can't say that. It reads, "Listen carefully when the serpent speaks, for her tongue is forked and her words have 2 meanings." So maybe a bit like the Hunter Gauntlets that we saw that have 2 perks. Maybe this has two parts to the perk, should I say? As it says, her words have 2 meanings. So maybe in something like this we can see 2 bonuses in the perk, maybe, or something like that. Overall, I think the chest piece look pretty cool. It's got like this snake design. So hopefully with a good perk, hunters will be using this quite a lot. The next we have is the Titan Gauntlet, the Worm God Caress. I think that with a good perk, I'll be using these gauntlets quite often. I think that they're one of the best looking exotics. I like the sort of design they have on that with the green bubbles and things like that. It reads, "Have you ever stared into the green soulfire flame? There is terror, but also something warm." So I like the mysterious of that. Hopefully it will have a good perk, and I know I will be using it quite a lot on May 8th when that comes out. So the next one we have is Ashen Wake. It is also Titan exotics. They are again gauntlets. They don't look as nice in my opinion, but hopefully they will have a good perk, so there will still be a reason to use them. It reads, "It's your turn. These people will follow you into the very end. Remember that we were forged in light." So hopefully it has some sort of perk that activates when you're in a group of people, a bit like the Rat King maybe. But other than that, overall, I don't think they look too nice. So hopefully they have a good perk, makes Titans want to use them. Next, we are moving on to the Warlocks. We have the Oculus Zol helmet. This is a really nice looking helmet for the Warlocks. Hopefully it has a good perk to go with it. I don't know, Warlocks will be using this a lot. It reads, "The Hive do not see how we see. They look beyond, into the infinite, into the dark." So again, very mysterious. Hopefully it has a wicked perk to go with it and will be used. The next Warlock exotic that we have is a chest piece for the Warlock. I can't say this at all. Sanguine Alchemy, something like that. It reads, "There is power in blood." So this looks pretty cool, I think, for a Warlock that is going for that sort of look. it would be pretty, with a good perk. I think that this also could be used very well, and Warlocks will be using this quite a lot. Now guys, that is it for the returning armor in the Warmind expansion. We do have a couple of weapons. Let me go through them. The first one that we have, everyone loved this weapon in Destiny 1 when auto rifles were broken. This was the go-to. This was the weapon that everyone used in the Crucible. It melted people, and it is one of my favourite auto rifle exotics. Well, was in Destiny 1. It is Suros Regime. I think on this Warmind Suros Regime, oh, did you guys see that no scope? That's pretty cool. I think that in the Warmind expansion, the way the weapon looks compared to how it did look in Destiny 1 is much cooler. I think the colour pattern that they have here in Destiny 2 is a much better looking one than they did in Destiny 1. So hopefully this stays the same. I don't think it'll be as broken as it was at the beginning of Destiny 1, but hopefully it has a good perk and good things to back it up with the looks, so it will be a well used exotic. The next one we have is a brand new one, brand new submachine gun called the Huckleberry. We do know, as you can see on the left of the image there, that it is a text mechanical weapon, a bit like the hand cannon, the Last Word, and that, as you all know, was OP at some point. Well, I guess everything was OP at some point in Destiny 1. But as we can see, it reads "I'm yours." It's got the text mechanical logo on the skill tree there, so hopefully this weapon will be OP as most text mechanical weapons were. The one thing I've noticed about all these returning exotics is Destiny haven't mentioned the Sleeper Simulant, as you guys have seen the images of it here. We haven't had any information of that returning or anything like that. Now guys, as you all know, there is a new endgame activity that Bungie hopes will keep players coming back to continue playing this, so they don't get bored of the game, and that is called Escalation Protocol. I'm sure you guys have all seen this on the Bungie stream. They gave off gameplay and information on how it works and things like that. It is similar to the traditional public events and things like that, but the only difference, or the main difference, is that it can be started at any time. So if you're just patrolling through and you fancy a bit of Escalation Protocol, you don't have to wait around for it to come to you. You can go and start it yourself with your fire team. I'm sure you all have seen the event starts by activating the pillar that rises up out of the ground, and it draws Hive in. 7 waves, each one of those has a boss fight, culminating to one final unique boss fight at the end, something with a lot of mechanics, hopefully, Bungie said. And as we all know, everyone loves mechanics. A strategic way to defeat the boss, and that is in the last round, I believe round 7. The final bosses on each of the rounds will rotate each week. There is 5 different rotations, 5 unique bosses that will rotate, starting with 1, 2, and 3, 5, and then rotating, obviously. New items, tokens, can be spun to get special weapons for this activity, especially the ones needed to complete in the activity. So hopefully people will be coming back to get new weapons. We have seen a new item, Valkyrie, a magical rocket launcher that destroys all melee and a ranged weapon. So hopefully this weapon, spear looking object, will be OP. It's a bit like the sword in the Dark Below, sort of thing like that. I'll show you some gameplay of it now. Now Bungie have said that Escalation Protocol will be very challenging. It is an end game activity, so hopefully this will be drawing players back to get that extra bit of loot and get that one thing that they haven't got that everyone else has. As you all know, there are Crucible changes coming with Warmind and Season 3, such as Crucible ranks. Valor rank involves progression over time with no penalty or dropout, so for those of you who want to just chill out, rank up with your friends and things like that, Valor is the perfect one for you. And we also have the Glory rank, which is a bit different to that. It's more competitive, more for competitive players. It's much more difficult. Progression is tied to results, so it goes up when you win, simply, and down when you lose. So if you're the type of person who loves Trials of Osiris and things like that, then you will be wanting to get your glory rank up as you win. Each of these ranks includes a streak bonus, and that bonus also includes if you lose on the glory. So if you're getting a continuous losing rank, you will see that in your streak. Same as if you win. If you're continuously winning, you will also get a winning streak. Crucible rewards in Season 3 so far, we've seen 2 new emblems and new rewards. Emblems being the glory rank and the valor rank. So that's pretty cool. Also, as you guys know, private matches are back. They are similar to Destiny 1, but there will be obviously some changes. Some of the changes Bungie spoke as the settings and things like that, like the time of day, they have removed, as most of the players was not interested in changing the time of day and everything like that. So more of the game settings will be able to be tweaked now, instead of things like the setting of the actual map and the time of day and things like that. So that is cool. We have seen 2 new maps, Solitude and Survival. They do require Warmind ownership in order to use them in private matches. Now guys, I've just got to say quickly, if I am playing some of these mayhem clips in the back, I am playing absolutely awful, because I am trying to maintain my computer and everything like that whilst playing, so it's sort of like a background thing that I'm doing. As far as the story, Bungie lifted the lid of 2 Warmind story missions coming as part of the DLC. We have got images of Pilgrimage and Ice and Shadow Warmind story mission. I will show you some of those images now. So guys, if you have seen those images, you can sort of see it does have like a Mars sort of theme to it. Those of you who played Destiny 1 and went onto the Mars map, you do know what that looks like, and I think that this Hellas Basin, or these story missions even, look sort of familiar to that setting. As you can see in some of these images, we do see the element, like a Siva element in that. So who knows, maybe this could be a new subclass that all of the classes could wield. We can also see this in Anna Prey. If you guys haven't seen that clip, I will play that for you now.
Guardians aren't supposed to investigate their past. That's the rule. But I'm not good with rules. Not when there's this much at stake. The Clovis Bray tech in that building allowed us to colonize the system during the Golden Age. They, sought to create peace for all humanity. Which is ironic, because they also built Rasputin, the single most powerful weapon in the solar system. Either way, it's all been entombed on Mars since the collapse, along with something far more terrifying.
Well guys, one of the last things we're going to be talking about today is the Golden Age Vault. We have got some of these images from Golden Age Vault. The first one, as you can see, is like a Warmind emblem, sort of like this reminds me of, guys, if you played Halo Reach and you picked up the elements such as the jetpack and the sprint, this reminds me sort of like that. As you know, that is also a Bungie design, so who knows, maybe they got that idea from Halo Reach. But that's just what it reminds me of. As you can see, it's got the Warmind emblem in the middle. On this other image, you can see a warlock, what seems to be like shooting one of these emblems from a distance. And then also, in the other image, there is also another warlock shooting one of these from a very far distance. Now guys, that is going to conclude today's news video. I will definitely have more news videos up as soon as I can do them. Now my computer is fixed, everything is getting back on track, so I really do hope that we can get back on that grind and we can start uploading more videos as this expansion comes out. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. It helps me more than you think. Put in the comment section what you liked about this video, and as always, if you didn't like the video, dislike the video, and put in the comment sections why you didn't like the video, so I can improve that for you next time, so everyone can enjoy these videos. Other than that guys, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe for more news. As I said, I will be uploading these sort of videos as soon as possible, as soon as I can, so hopefully we can see the news for the new expansion together as soon as possible. For those of you that are playing it on Xbox, definitely add me on Xbox and we'll be able to play that together, hopefully. Maybe the new raid layer or a bit of escalating protocol, or do the story or things like that. But other than that guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been Upright Destiny. Peace.